It is Tuesday night once again, and here we are a little earlier than usual because I didn't end up going out to the office tonight. This weekend I need to go and finish cleaning out my stuff from the wellness center I've been working out of, which is kind of a downer, but it is what it is, and it's something that needs to be done. So anyway, tonight I want to talk about a little bit about family practice, family-based practice, or household practice, or whatever you want to call it. When I say that we are a family circle, I mean that when we practice here in our house as a group or as a family. And family has whatever definition you want it to have. It might mean the people who live right there in the house, or it might mean a broader group of people. It doesn't necessarily mean blood family. It just means, the people you decide you want to practice with who are like family to you. One of the reasons that works really well for us is that my kids are not group event ready, right? They're not, like, I can't take them and expect them to stand still and follow directions that long. It's just not their thing, and it's not going to be their thing for some time. So that means that we can tone things down, we can shorten things up, we can shift things around however we need to do to make it work for them and to make it work for all of us. And we can be flexible, and we can, do whatever we need to do. It also means that for the most part, when we circle with people, it's because we know them, we trust them, we love them. And so all of those sorts of traditional oaths that groups take, the groups expect initiates to take, are things that are part and parcel of being a family. That you're going to trust people, you're going to have, perfect love and perfect trust, which really isn't a thing in the big picture anyway, I don't think. Because we're all people and we're all human and we're not actually perfect, not a one of us. By practicing as a family circle, we get most of the benefits of being solitary, which means we don't necessarily have to put up with the politics of a big group or whatever. But it means that we're still a group and there's still teaching and learning to be done. So it also means that when I teach my kids how to do ritual, I am teaching them very specifically in small chunks that they can deal with. This is what we're doing for this thing. This is how we're going to cleanse the circle. This is how we're going to, clear the circle. This is how we invoke deities. This is how we call corners. And we can do all those things in small pieces as many times as we need to really get a good understanding of what we're doing, and so that everybody is comfortable with the situation. So, if you watch this, talk to me. Tell me what you do. Tell me about your family, and tell me about how you're introducing your religion to your children. If you've read my book, I'm a big proponent of your kids are in your house, so they're going to see it anyway, and they're going to live it anyway, unless you plan to leave them home every time you go to a festival or an event. They are going to know at least something about what you're doing, so you might as well include them. And you might as well build rituals and family traditions around them because they're there anyway, and it makes it really hard to compartmentalize everything and keep it away from your kids when it's silly to do that because nobody else does it. And I'm not talking just about Christians. I mean everybody, right? Our chiropractor is Orthodox Jewish, and we got into a funny conversation over the weekend when we were in his office on Sunday. First of all, my chiropractor has Sunday office hours because he's Jewish, and they're closed on Saturday, and they're closed for Jewish holidays. And his kids are in the office a lot of times because him and his wife are business partners. They're both chiropractors. They work together. And he said, their kids go to a public school and they've had a lot of discussions about gummy bears, and because gummy bears have gelatin, so they're not kosher. And his kids absolutely know that if somebody brings gummy bears to school, they're not allowed to have them because they're not kosher. He said, but the funny thing is, they went to temple for Rosh Hashanah, and their Orthodox rabbi was handing out kosher gummy bears. And his girls, because they understood the rules of what it means to keep kosher, were like, no, we can't have gummy bears. They're not kosher. And the rabbi was like, excuse me, no, these ones are special. They're kosher. And they're like, no, there's no such thing as kosher gummy bears. We're not allowed to have gummy bears. We can't have gummy bears because they're not kosher. So, they live that every day. They understand how that all works and what goes into it. A friend of mine who is from India that I work with goes to a Sikh temple, and they have kids classes, and they have language classes so that the kids learn their language from India, and they have contests for the kids to do, speaking about their history and about the history of Sikhism. So everybody else, their kids are part of their religion because they live their religion, and they go to their place of worship, and they do their things at home. So there's no reason that we should be leaving our kids out without any guidance. I think that's really important going forward, because if you're going to teach your kids to be good, upstanding people, and why you want them to be that way, and if your religion informs that, your spirituality informs how you approach the world, then you need to explain that to your kids too. So with that, next week is not quite Samhain yet. Oh, next week is Samhain. No, it's not. It's the 30th. Never mind. Losing my mind again. It's like a daily occurrence around here. So next week will be the night before Samhain. We'll talk a little bit more about Samhain next week. And I hope to talk to you soon. Comment below. Let me know what you're thinking. Thanks, everybody.